Testing, testing. 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 Testing, testing.
For the first time ever.
Okay, let's try stuff. I think I'm gonna go original first. Testing. You know what? Let's put this to look cool. I stare into our past. I wouldn't know it wouldn't last to live in childlike bliss with every second. I wouldn't miss goodbye, my one good friend. I wouldn't know it would have ended. Your memories pierce my heart. I love and dread will be apart. Actually, I should probably warm up. that's a bit of a higher note. It's still a high one. I think my only one low one is. I'm gonna put up the lyrics, 'cause I can. There's a number to everything, and I'll embrace each one we've got. I'll hold you dearly, dear, and care for times that we are near. I love you so, I'll hold you dearly. Every minute, every second, every day, I'll see the light and know that we're bright. Anywhere that our adventures have us play, we have ventured far, we have flown through stars, we have faced the dark. We'll go across all space, we'll never feel that haste, we'll dance in cosmic grace. I love you so, I'll hold you dearly. Every minute, every second, every day, I'll see the light and know that we're bright. Anywhere that our adventures have us play, there's a number to everything, and they're a gift from all the heavens. Although we'll never know which one they gave, I'll live and be brave. I love you so, I'll hold you dearly. Every minute, every second, every day, I'll see the light. Sorry, my shoes are getting in the way of the pedal. I'll see the light and... Let's see, there we go. Kind of. I'll see the light and know that we're bright. Anywhere that our adventures have us play, we have ventured far, we have flown through stars, we have faced the dark. We'll go across all space, we'll never feel that haste, we'll dance in cosmic grace. There's a number to everything, and I'll embrace each one we've got. I'll hold you dearly, dear, and care for times that we are near. I love you so, I'll hold you dearly. Anywhere that our adventures have us play, I'll see the light and know that we're bright. Anywhere that our adventures have us play. Let's see. Let's see what I could do. Well, I want to warm up, so I guess I won't go too original. If things were different, we were young, skinny dipping, having fun. I remember back in 1991, when the story's just begun. I remember all of these years, holding the things I've done. Things I've done. I knew myself before I knew anyone. Yeah. 'Cause we all chew gum, we all have fun with water guns. La da 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 da. No 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 no. 'Cause we all grew up, shit got tough. Shit just wasn't simple enough. Whoa, whoa. Oh, oh, whoa. Oh, whoa. Oh, whoa. Oh, whoa. Oh, 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 oh. And whenever the sun came out, we'd play. We didn't want to get older. We didn't want to get older. We would run on the block all night and day. We didn't want to get older. We didn't want to get older. And whenever the sun came out, we'd play. We didn't want to get older. We didn't want to get older. I left myself in the alleyway. No, 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 no. 'Cause we all grew up, shit got. Oh shoot, okay, there's clipping. Cause we all grew up. I wonder if the mic's clipping. Cause we all grow up. Okay, so. And we all grow up. Cause we all grow up. Cause we all grow up. Okay, so it's not clipping anymore. I guess it was just there. Okay. Maybe I'll do some piano and then I'll get to coding. Because my voice does need a break. Sorry. I think I'm gonna start this month. I'm gonna get all of my acoustic stuff on demo. I'm gonna call them one take demos. Cause I was thinking, like back then, I don't know if you've listened to like some really old musician stuff, but they didn't. I mean, cutting tape was really difficult, and they just kind of did that in one take, from what I've heard. And I mean, it's not just Reddit, but I was just curious if like if I remembered it correctly. um. Oh yeah, loudness war. But musicians back then, like they just practiced and they had faith in themselves. They didn't have to like, I mean, I get there's like how you present a recording, but when you're using autocorrect, and I mean multiple takes or splicing takes, I've done that before, but um, I'm thinking. I've been recently thinking about a word that some words that Hayao Miyazaki said was that humanity was losing faith in itself. Sometimes it seems that although sometimes convenience is good, when an artist has to rely upon autotune, I mean maybe it's stylistic, but when it is to prop up the lack of practice, just to be able to pump out just a couple more tracks, the intent changes and the music begins to be less alive. And perhaps if you're a materialist, we can put this in psychology where your subconscious will now affect stuff. When you are not confident that you can practice, like I mean some artists were caught on a live stage, and I get like sometimes you have to take care of your voice or whatever, but like there was like a drummer for, I forgot which band was it, Twisted Sister maybe, who was caught just like drum syncing because the drums still played while live. And I mean, I get he's older, but there's no disclaimer. I would rather have the imperfection with, and I mean, even right now with electronic music, there's been like a trend in adding randomness, random offset to your notes to look like it was manually recorded. I think Gaussian noise is not necessarily the best. So I think people will have a bias to like being slightly ahead or slightly behind, depending on like not just how they sync it up, but how the software deals with the metronome or whatnot. But I think even though it's going to be longer, I think my music's going to be better. I'll be able to perform more stuff live. And I mean, that's just how we did it back then. And I remember like in middle school, high school, I was beginning to be able to hear the autotune, because the autotune shifts all of the frequency, all of the spectrums, all of the nodes. Do I have GIMP? No, I don't have GIMP. But there's different resonances. Not everything gets shifted in the sound. Within a sound's timbre, there are specific harmonics, or maybe potentially, I think, even frequencies, which there are frequencies which remain constant. When those are shifted, that's why someone sounds like a chipmunk. Now, if you shift it slightly and maybe a semitone, it's not too noticeable until like it is noticeable. Because they just apply sine wave. Like, I mean, I have respect for how we've been able to like develop clean cut recording, but right now we have robots and we have people who never cared about the artist in the first place, listening to AI slop or patchworked music. Stolen riffs. I'm taking a risk actually live streaming unreleased stuff. Well, it protects me copyright wise, but now it's going to be harvested by YouTube. I'll figure out, like, I've been considering making a Tor website, which surprisingly the darknet just does sound scary, but it's safer to host a darknet website than a normal website if you're doing it by yourself. And even if you're not doing it by yourself, it's because you have to register to a domain name server because someone has to keep a record of what URLs point to which IP address, and also when you access it, you're trusting the DNS servers aren't hacked. Now, we have usually good OPSEC where we're able to rely on this, and we have root certificate authorities, but you have to give them their name, your address, etc. And like if you look up like Whois lookup, now you could get a proxy company, but again you have to pay them. So if you're trying to just self-host something, like let's say Google, actually DuckDuckGo.com, right? There's a registrar, there's an email, there's a phone, contacts, etc. Let's see if I could find random blog. There used to be, oh wait, let's see, defenestration blog. Where is it? There's a website. Defenestration magazine. This is very old. So, as you can see, I already have like a name. DuckDuckGo is hosted in Reykjavik. IS. I don't know where, let's see. IS country code. The point I'm making is that Iceland, dang, okay, that's cool. Let's see, Wild West domain, so domain registrar, but if you are doing this by yourself, and your name is registered somewhere, so someone just has to hack here. Your name has to be recorded somewhere on the internet to have a domain name. Or your email. I mean, I guess there's ways to go around it, but most legitimate, because like .tk, the free ones, those are kind of scammy at the end of the day. But like if you're trying to get .com, .net, .org, it has to be, your name has to be there. Not only that, you have to also, if you're trying to get a HTTPS, like not many people connect over HTTP anymore, which is a good thing. It prevents not only snooping, but literally like someone spoofing a website to harvest your login info. Or in recent times, crypto wallet if you're into crypto. I have mixed views on crypto. But the point is that at some point, your IP address has to link to your server. So usually you want your server to either be actually a VPN, or virtual private network, virtual private server. Actually, no, it would have to be a virtual private server somewhere else that's not where you live. But how Tor works is that you can literally host something on the darknet, get a URL, and of course it's a double-edged sword. People can do it for nefarious reasons, but look, 4chan is on the clearnet. 4chan is not on the dark web. And we're already dealing with 4chan. We're already dealing with drug websites and all the illicit stuff. Because people who run Tor exit nodes who end up having their nodes being used to access illicit things, getting investigated by authorities, means that those illicit things are on the clearnet if it has to be accessed from an exit node if you're using Tor. Second thing is the internet's been, for lack of a better word, enshittified. Because if I even look up, like, I don't know, C++ compiler info or some crap, actually, is that, okay, that's actually still pretty good, but, like, I don't know, C++ asynchronous tutorial. This is, let's see which ones look pretty AI. Let's see, CPP scripts. Okay, let's see, terms of service. About us. Okay, so that's less AI. This one is more AI generated. So, lazy loading, greater performance, but you see how it's made by, like, codes up, and it's just, there's no scope. It's just literally trying to get, like, a bunch, of stuff. And sometimes, let's see, this one got a LinkedIn. But this is what AI generated websites look like. Some are more clean cut. Half the time when I have to look up something, let's see. I have to deal with AI generated websites. I think Tutorials Point is legit. Oh, I wonder if putting, oh crap, now they know now. Well, I was like, I wonder if putting tutorial reduces the chance of, okay. IntelliPath. That looks, let's see, does this look more legitimate? Courses, mentors, okay, looks a bit more. Huh, I wonder if there's a purge. Alright, what's this one? Program is, okay, so that's a bit more. There used to be, like, Mark AI blog. Like, Mark AI code. This is all generated by an AI. Mark is not real. Now, this is just vague corpo speak, but what's concerning is that when you sign in, oh wait, Google, but, like, you can get access tokens. But Mark AI code has been, like, putting, like, Mark AI code, Rust, AAA Studios. This is fake. Where is it? Did they change it? But low key, currently there is no, like, large scale news of AAA studios replacing C++ with Rust, despite it looking convincing. It's citing a game engine called Ember, which was in C++, but there's also a Rust library named Ember. Rust modules, pop, audio pipeline. Like, the article looked a lot more different. But the question is, where are they getting these numbers? There's no citations. You know, remember, like, when your professor or teacher got onto you? I'm wondering if how much of this is accurate, because it's just, why would I ask a mechanical chud? Use it around Blender. Unreal. This is Unreal Engine, I assume. No, there's no Rust in Unreal Engine, at least in their documentation right now. I wonder, Unreal, is it open source? I don't know if it's open source. Oh wait, okay. Let's see this. Oh, LGPL, Sarah-like, okay. Seems like I have to go through that. How's the process for Unreal game? Film is free to get started. A 5% royalty. Okay, I'm not sure why that. But the point is, currently, they would definitely state. Hold up, Unreal. In Rust is. Okay, so people were. Okay, so there's nothing like major, because again, like, this would be a major announcement with like security, robustness, or all those claims that generally go with Rust. Um, and so I used to have this being like the only thing on my DuckDuckGo. So, anyways, this is a long rant. I kind of want to get to actually coding, but with music, I do want to do a dark net websites, because currently we don't have crawlers. It's harder for crawlers to go through these websites on the dark web because they're not a high target. Um, Finding dedicated fans. I mean, there's a concern of what more illicit people in the dark net, but there's a more recent push in the mainstream to explore more privacy, censorship resistant alternatives communication. And also, in this case, something that is shielded from AI slop is the dark web. Maybe it won't be the case, but it's like what 99% of the population accesses the internet the normal way, the clear net. So why would I spam the dark net? Maybe for scamming, but for like getting ad revenue on the dark net where people already anonymize, where it's hard to like harvest or verify who's clicking on what, yeah, probably not. Maybe there's ways like zero proof protocols or zero information protocols, but um I guess the point is that the dark net, it has this privacy. It takes your stuff away from centralized platforms which do not have your best interest. And it's like I'll still be using them, but it's more like if you want the most up-to-date news, you're just going to have to go on my dark web blog. I think privacy should be for the mundane. Do you know Facebook is on the dark web? Yeah, okay, they're Facebook itself. The reason is to allow people in censored regions to access Facebook, which is kind of cute. Um, not trading much surveillance, maybe trading a bit less censorship. Um, it just really depends on who's the dominating, ruling party, which controls censorship. But um, I think it would be nice to do it to go indie. It also means that fans, and not just fans, but people are exploring different ways to access the internet that are safe. Um, because even though the darknet is filled with scams, it doesn't have to be. The darknet could be filled with mundane things that don't steal your data. Um, it doesn't have to be that way. And yeah, we've run into a problem like how do we find like a proof of personhood that allows privacy, without a centralized authority, or how do we get by with stealing IDs? How do we get by with like counterfeit IDs? And that'll be like big questions on in the future. I think ultimately we're going to a point where we really just need to talk to people in person. As much as we can make online friends, at some point we really need to start getting to know our neighbors. And if our neighbors aren't good, maybe people start, I mean, maybe in this economy even start moving, make better, resilient in person communities, not just places. Everyone has to be in the same place, same time, don't know their neighbors next door. Like, I mean, let's cut it. Not many people know the names of their neighbors next door. Not Gen Z. Jeff. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna have to blank this because of security. I wonder who is messaged, if anyone's messaged. Okay, so center target rule. Okay. Let's see, so SRC actually, and then image set SRC. Pose. Okay, so we're at rules. So center target selection rules is how far it's from the center of an image. So it seems to be that this is, I guess there's a bounding box of the target, and then the target's bounding box provides the center or something like that. I wonder if there could be different types of targets. So we'll actually, yeah, there could be different types of targets. So let's see. And so if I imagine, let's say that I have a so these are image pixel width. Um, It seems that it's probably expecting floating point arithmetic. So, do I want this to enforce units? I do. I do actually want this to enforce units. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually yeet some code. We'll refactor later. And then we're going to add, what's it? NH-ULTOS units hurt. Okay. Oh shoot. No, I don't want to. So get. Let's see. So that seems to be the method to the madness. I do want to do some experiments with the unit test. So first, let's get the wrap. Oh, this is test. Okay, I was kind of scared. Why that? Okay, there's taproot, wrap, units. You know, no, we're using Pragma once. At this point, my personal policy is that if we're doing a third-party library, if we're doing a library that's going to be used by other people or different code bases, yeah, traditional header guards. But if this is so, locked in, Pragma once just prevents problems with newbies, and normally I would not allow laziness, but it just, well, modules also prevents, like, I guess, Pragma once. So this is what we're going to do. It's src units and then what? No, I want to copy. There we go. You'd probably get CMake integration, but I've been kind of lazy with how I do this. Ninja. CMake. Oh, heard. Let's try that. Ninja. Oh, I have a typo. Oh, I don't. Oh yeah. There we go. Perfect. Sheesh. Okay. This is... We have to do that again with Echo. Our cross-communication, cross-platform, cross-language communication stuff. So git crap, git commit, feed add support. Let's see, I wonder. Let's see, util math. Well, I'm wrapping GLM, so I should probably just do. Now let's do util math. Okay. That works. Heard. Okay. Okay. Image width, image height. It takes a target. Oh, wait, hold up. Cogna detector. Oh, wait. Hold up. It's redefinition. Oh, shoot.
Hello?
Yo, can you hear me?
Hello? Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay. Uh, I'm gonna share my screen real quick.